Well, hello everyone. This is Jesse with Bilo Games. Um, so we are getting back to it. If you remember last, we were left off with a modern-looking turret. Auto AI turrets are a big part of, you know, making a MOBA game. So it's important we get that right. One thing you may notice is the new mesh for our turret. I changed it from a more modern look to a little bit more of a fantasy vibe here. A nice little tripod with this floating watery substance. So we got a few other things we need to tweak to get this right. So we're going to be making some other changes to get this auto turret in proper working order. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and play from here just to see where we're at. So you can see those line traces. That's a big part of why I purchased this asset. Um, it still has the same projectile mesh and sound, so we're going to go in and start changing some of that. A lot of those turret sounds were exposed. Some of them were not. So let's get in there and see what we have. I have plenty of assets and sounds to choose from. Let's go to BP Pawn Turret A. Let's see what sounds we have. So this is going to be rocket launch. We're not using the minigun functionality, so I'm going to leave all of that alone. Okay, so first thing I'm going to open up my content drawer here. Open that up. I'm going to filter by sounds only. Let's see what we have. We're looking for fantasy. It's kind of a watery, elemental-based attack, I'm thinking. So let's see what we have here. It's probably, let's see. Let's see, blast down here. Instead of magic, I'm going to look for the keyword blast. And see what we have. So electrical surge. Let's see what some of these sound like. Ooh. Maybe. See, that was electrical, but it had a little bit of a water near the tail end. So I like that electric surge blasto too. We'll keep an eye on that one. That one even more so. I like that one. I like this one. It's a little bit subtle. We'll try some of these energy blasts. A little too. Okay. I actually really like this one. Show, not an explorer. I want to show in folder view here. So I'm gonna hit F2, Control C, make sure I get the proper name here, and I'm just going to paste that in here. I have two for some reason. Okay, so one's mono. I do not want the mono version. It doesn't sound near as good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and compile and save that. I'm going to save my map. Let's see if that was enough to overwrite the... Okay. Hear that? Now, it still has the explosion sound. So I need to change that. I believe that was on the projectile itself. So the projectile has some logic. When it finds its mark, it will play a sound. Typically, it's going to be around after it applies the damage usually. Yep, so here's a play sound at location. We could pick a sound here, but going to go ahead and optimize the code a little bit. I'm going to expose that, so I'm going to promote that to a variable. um, let's call that impact explosion sound. Sure, why not? Go ahead and compile and save that, and we'll set the default value for that. The reason you do that just makes it a little bit easier for customization down the road. So we'll go ahead and change. Well, let's see what we have. I'm not entirely sure. So in the same vein, I'm going to type in explosion. May help if I could spell. No. So we have SCX. Okay, no wonder I'm looking in a subfolder. Here we go. It's going to give us a little bit more here. So explosion. Let me scroll down a little bit here. Fire. Oh man, I have way more than I anticipated. Let me scroll to the bottom here. Not retro. We do not want that. Scroll up a little bit. Don't want to. No. I don't want gas. Let me go up. That's better. No. Ooh, maybe. That one sounds a little bit watery, doesn't it? Kind of. No. Look, these names are not incredibly descriptive. Those are kind of far in the distance. I may go back to that first one. Let's maybe go with splash keyword. Not a footstep splash. I'm gonna take up too much more time here. Let's just go with this one for now. I want to change that one later, probably. Okay, we'll go with that. See what this sounds like. Not in love with that explosion sound, but hey, we'll live with it. Okay, so we have set play sound at location. What else do we need? Yep, okay. Let's change the projectile mesh itself. So that's going to be this guy, I believe. Let's see what we have here. No way. Electricity test. So if we have any orbs, maybe. No. No. Hmm. Hmm. I like that better. Uh, as far as a projectile mesh, it's not too bad. Let's see what that looks like. Oh my. That is huge. Hmm. That projectile is a little bigger than I anticipated. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. Projectile. Laser gun projectile. Maybe. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's go with that. That's fine. Let's compile and save. Control save. It's a little bit small. I actually want to increase the size of that. So static mesh here. We could increase the scale a little bit. Let's turn that up to 4. We'll compile and save that. Save the map and play. Looks a little bit bigger. Let's go 8 on scale. You know, those line traces are a little bit in the way. I'm going to turn those off. I guess just debug mode. We'll turn that off here. Get a little bit better view. So play. That's pretty good, actually. I don't know if I'm crazy about the smoke trail. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see if we have something we can change there as well. I don't know where we're doing that at. Oh, actually, right here, I think. I'm actually going to promote that variable as well. Just get that exposed so it's a little bit easier to change. Emitter template. Project. Let's call that projectile trail instead. Makes a little bit more sense to me. That's a particle system. Um, okay. So we have rocket smoke here. Let's just look through this a little bit. Ooh, some of these look kind of cool. I'm kind of curious to see what this looks like. I think that's just like a quick burst or flash. Um, so yeah, that won't work. Don't really want flames. Need something a little bluish looking. Character recall. No. Needs to be more of a. Um, let's see what we have here. Sparks, maybe sparks, maybe sparks. Let's try that. Ooh. It's like it's leaving a trail of sparks. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. Probably won't end up leaving it like that, but I think I will for now. That's a little interesting to me. I'm cool leaving that. Be good for a while anyway. Okay. So we changed the emitter on that. Okay. So we have a turret that's looking a little fantasy. Projectile looks a little bluish, orbish, energy-ish, as well as the emitter and explosion sounds, sound effects. So now I want to be able to damage the turret. I want the turret to be able to damage me. That's not really set up yet. And one issue I'm going to run into is I'm really using two different types of damage systems. If anyone's familiar, I'm using the AGR Combat Manager. Makes it really easy to perform line traces and apply damage, and it works really well with my combo graph third-party extension. Um, but it doesn't really work really well with Unreal's damage system. So I got to get a little bit creative with this. So turret damaging player. What do I need to do here? Let's get that off the screen here. Um, turret damaging player. Event any damage. Need to think about this for a second. Okay. So I do need an event any damage. I'm trying to decide where I want that. Probably want it somewhere near player death. It'll be in this box, and I'm going to go ahead and anytime I'm dealing with damage and death, I kind of like to make those things red. So I'm going to change the comment color to red here. Just kind of helps me identify and keep things a little bit organized. I'm going to leave this. Actually, I think I'm going to need this node here. It's kind of lucky I have that. So there's an event called any damage. It's a really nice function that Unreal Engine has. So I don't have it set up currently on my player since I am not using Unreal's damage system. Until just now, I'll need it with this turret. So the turret is applying damage in its logic. So anytime I have any damage, I'm actually going to want to create a function called calculate damage. And I have an example project where I've done this before. I'm going to pull it up real quick while you're not having to suffer through me trying to figure that out. So it's going to have a few inputs. Calculate damage will. So 1, 2, 3. One's going to be a float type. That's going to be the actual damage as an input. We'll have the instigator and damage causer. Okay. Instigator. I guess spelled that right. No, I didn't. And the damage causer. Okay. Let's go back to the event graph here. Okay, back to event graph. Let's pull out, calculate damage here. Actor. Okay, I need to change these. Should just be controller. The damage causer is going to be. I believe that'll work. So instigated by damage causer. Plug in the damage here. Not worried about damage type yet. That's something I will want to look into eventually. So right now we're just gonna run this directly. Okay. And is damage is going to have one output, and that's going to be a Boolean. And that is simply going to be is dead. Okay. Alright. Okay. So one thing I will need is GSC core. And I will need to get health. So that's gonna. This is the component that's actually tracking my health. It's a little bit separate than the way Unreal Engine tracks health. So what I want to check if my health is less than or equal to 0, then I am dead. So I want to get my current health and subtract that from the damage I have taken. I want to truncate that. Okay. And I will. That is less than or equal to 0. Then is dead is true. So this will return a true value if it's less than or equal to 0. Um, last thing, or it's kind of self-explanatory, but basically means I'm dead. Um, okay. Yeah. I believe that is right. You know, if I'm not dead, however, the return value from this needs to be my new health. And again, I'm going to get GSC core, and I'm going to set attribute value. And this uses an attribute system, which is pretty nice. You can use things like mana and stamina as well. So I'm going to do set health. So the new value is going to be what this returns. Do a little type conversion here. So I'm going to actually run and hit this first. And we'll return after that. Now I'll have to do some more logic on this later once I set up teams and different things and we start getting a lot more damage types. But this calculate damage function should work just fine. Okay. So I should be able to take damage from the turret. Let's see. Oh yeah. I'm dead, but I'm not dying. See, if you see my health dropped to 0, but I'm not dying. And that's because I have not called server kill player. I don't need this out here. It's in my calculate damage function. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a branch node here. If dead is true, I will run server kill player. False, I will do nothing. So let's test that out. One hit kill, not even close. Okay, excellent. So the turret can do damage to me. Next, I would like to be able to do damage to the turret. So I kind of figured out a little bit beforehand kind of how I'd want to do that. And this is actually going to be in my character blueprint again. During setup, where's my setup section here? Don't need that. So I have on attack. I may want. Okay, we have on attack hit event here. I'm thinking here. Payload. Instigator. I am just going to. Okay. So to do damage to my turret, I'm going to have to go through my AGR combat manager. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to use an Unreal function, and that's just a simple apply damage. I'm going to set this to something high for now. Just set that to 5,000. I'm going to go ahead and call this after this. So my damaged actor is going to come from a break hit result here. So it's going to be hit actor. It's going to be damaged actor here. Instigator is just going to be my controller. And the damage causer is just going to be self, so I'm going to get reference to self. I think that's all I need to do. We'll go and compile that. See if I can go do some damage. Okay, let me turn off server kill player for now, so I can get a hit in edgewise. Now that I'm invulnerable, I'll charge bravely towards the turret. Okay. Got some damage going on. Oh, nice. Okay. So the turret can damage me, I can damage the turret. We have a lot of good effects and sound effects going on. I am super stoked about that. I'm so happy. We have a couple of errors here. Blueprint runtime error. Access none, trying to read property material destroyed. Let's see what that's talking about. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious to me why it's doing that. I'll look into that later, but otherwise it's working perfectly. So, is there anything else I want to do? No, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put a few more turrets in the world here. We'll do a little copy and paste here. And actually, those are. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do play from here. Huh. They are destroying themselves. Nice. That's satisfying. Okay, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. A few little minor kinks to work out, but we'll get through that. I am so very happy with this result. Well on my way to completing my game. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.